Welcome to the podcast is real. I'm your host, King Drell. On today's special edition of the podcast is real, co-host Jasirii and myself talk about racism in the cosplay community and the effect that it has on Black people. The podcast is real starts right now.
Tell me how you feel. Yeah.
Don't worry, we will not be breaking out into song here. We don't want the copyright police to come after us. But anyway, this is what it is right now. Welcome to this special edition of the podcast is real. I'm your host, King Drell, and as you see on the side over here, I got my brother from another mother, the King of New York, Jasirii underscore GQ. How's it going
man,
tonight, King?
man, listen, as a Yonko from New York, I feel great that just happens to be Jamaican. It's a pleasure. How are you feeling today?
Man, look, I'm feeling good. We got a lot of stuff to get into, but the best thing
Oh,
I can say is I am Black and I'm proud. And there's a reason that I can say I'm Black and I'm proud because that kind of goes in with the topic of today's subject, and that is blackface. And how unfortunately it's something that we still deal with, not just as Black individuals in the world, but also in our own community, the anime slash cosplay community. I don't
unfortunately.
know if you guys can keep it up, but I'm going to go ahead and put it up on the screen as you see. We got to talk skin color and top because I feel like a lot of people don't understand the blackface with a curriculum. So I'm going to take a quick moment to give you guys a history lesson. Back in the 1800s, the older days, blackface was something that a bunch of white people got together and decided that they were going to do to their skin so that they could mock black people and their lifestyle. And when I say their lifestyle, I mean they put on minstrel shows of themselves on plantations, mocking the pain and suffering we had to go through, mocked our entertainment. They changed all their facial features and their bodily features to make us look like ridiculous stereotypes. And basically, we were just the laughing stocks for their own personal amusement. And that has caused a lot of hurt over the past several hundred years. So it makes me want to ask you guys, why would anybody still want to do anything that would remind you of that time?
Probably desensitized. Probably desensitization. 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 You know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I definitely know what you mean. It's because we got to be desensitized to a lot of things, and that's still kind of unfortunate because lately there's been something that's been going on in our community, especially with one cosplayer. Unfortunately, this isn't the first time that this has happened in our community. Everybody might know the whole DPD situation. I'm not going to get into that right now. If you know, you know, as he puts his mask on. But we have a situation now with a new cosplayer. Well, not a new cosplayer, new to me, because I didn't know who this person was. But I want to put something on the screen for you guys right now, and I want you guys to sort of decipher something. On the screen right now, I have two pictures. One at the top of a woman in a Yorichi cosplay, and at the bottom, I have a picture of a woman in another cosplay. What if I was to tell you that this is the same woman?
Listen, I want to say something right now. You know what? She doesn't look that black. You know, very more Middle Eastern in a way. I'm not gonna front. She looked Middle Eastern. I'm not gonna front. That one looks pale and that one looks Middle Eastern. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it looks more like a bad tan than completely black, but it still doesn't matter. Altering your skin color from anything other than your skin color is not cosplay. Skin tone is not cosplay. I am never going to brighten my skin to match a cosplay because that would not be appropriate either. Nobody should be darkening their skins in any kind of tone. So, yes, if you guys didn't realize this, one of these things is not like the other, but unfortunately, they are in this case because they are the exact same cosplayer. And one, I believe the cosplayer said that she's wearing some kind of skin toner. But she also has an editor who alters her skin color in a lot of other cosplay photo shoots.
Is the editor black?
You know what? I don't think he is.
What if I just did a deep dive real quick? What if I just did a deep dive?
Yeah, let's do a deep dive. Take it away. We'll go ahead and keep the pictures of these women up here real quick.
Alrighty, so profiles down. Okay, that's the first thing. All right. Oh, but I am making traction though. You know what? This is that new digital footprint thing. Once you start putting it, ever since they implemented that new Google thing, like okay, we're connecting Google to Instagram, Google to Twitter, Google to X. Why am I finding? I think
Look,
homie's Russian. I think homie's Russian.
Google's trying to take over the world. They think they're Disney or something. But
Yeah.
you might
He's
have
white
heard
Russian.
what my Jamaican brother said. He believes that this editor who is altering these skin colors may look Russian. Or, as I like to say, white as hell.
Word. And you know what? I could at least go forward and say, I'm very ignorant to this, so you know what? I accept responsibility. If I am wrong, I apologize. If I am wrong. If I'm right,
If.
FOH. If you're from New York, you know exactly what I meant. If you're black, you know exactly what I meant. But go ahead, Drell. Take it
The
away.
key word there is if, but you know it's like they say, if was a fifth a Henny, we'd all be drunk. So it's okay.
Shoot. Speaking of that, very special.
Now,
Yo.
there have been a lot of situations, we don't believe them, but there's been a lot of situations where people have been called out for the misappropriation when it comes to skin tone and cosplay. And before I actually get into that real quick, one of the things I do want to bring up, because it was another thing that did happen years ago, as much as I love the cosplay, not the cosplay, I'm sorry, as much as I love the anime, it did get a lot of flack for the one thing that they did that wasn't okay, and that is my dress up darling. I absolutely love my dress up darling because it's actually about cosplayers cosplaying. But for anybody that remembers season one or the first several chapters, there was an episode and a chapter where Marin Kitagawa did dress up in a cosplay and she tanned her skin to match the cosplay. It caught a lot of controversy and rightfully so. Honestly, it made a lot of people say they didn't even want to watch the anime again. Do I think that's a little far? Yes, just because, I know Japan has their own different things, and I imagine had they been explained to them that that's not right, because I have noticed they haven't done it since. So that kind of brings me to where I'm about to go with this, which is why I brought that up. I usually don't tend to believe people when they say, oh, I didn't know. Now that you told me and I've seen the light, thank you for educating me. I will never do this again because I don't want to offend anybody. Although there might be some ignorant people out there that can do that. Did she decide to be one of those people? Well, let's find out. Because we're going to go ahead and go to the next slide. And I am going to go ahead and read to you a post that this cosplayer, and yes, if you're watching this on a screen and not listening to it on Spotify or any of the other Amazon Music or Apple Podcasts and the other places that we are, I'm not going to be saying this creator's name. So you can watch the screen. If you don't have a screen to watch, do your own research. This creator said to somebody, my skin tone is not natural in any photo. In each photo, it is edited lighter, darker, or desaturated. Except in this cosplay because I used cream tanner. Okay, she used cream tanner for the Yorichi. I make the character as it is. If that does not correspond to your rules, it is not my problem. Sounds like somebody is standing on business about the skin tone in their cosplays. What do you think?
And it sounds like the ignorance of not melanin. I ain't gonna front. This is just some. This is one of those prime examples of if I didn't grow up in that environment, I'm ignorant to it completely. And I'm not gonna lie to you. wherever homie from, whether it's Russia, Canada, wherever, clearly there's not a lot of melanin people that he deal with. Maybe he does, but at the same time, nobody's checking him. So this will be one of those moments if it ever comes across to be like, hey, analogy. You walked, you stepped on my sneakers. I stepped on your sneakers. My bad. You walk, you step on my sneakers. I'm probably gonna push you if you don't say anything. And if you fall, I'm gonna look at you and then stand over you and then laugh and walk away because you ain't acknowledged my pain. So you get what I'm saying? Hopefully it's one of those moments where it's like, hopefully he gets a wake up call, but nah, he not. No.
And that's the thing. This is actually the woman cosplayer herself who said this.
Huh?
Yes, that came from her.
I retract my statement. I need to restate my statement. The privilege, the audacity that's going on. What are we doing? Don't run away from your problem. We already seen that you took everything down. Come back. Apologize. Acknowledge you're wrong. You run away. Somebody's going to bring it back up. Yo.
Nah, she stood on business. She literally said, my skin color, your skin color, anyone's skin color, it's not my problem. That's what she said.
That's a crazy statement. I bet you won't see it in New York though. But anyway,
the melting pot that is New York, there's a lot of different people there.
Word, I ain't even got to do nothing. And I can say this, as a male, I could sit back and watch.
And just let it happen. It is easy to say a lot of things when you're behind the screen, but wait, there's more. So let's go to another one. Here, there was a cosplayer who was not really being disrespectful at all. So I am going to go ahead and I will say this person, cos.sweetie, posted, hey, you know the response to other commenters is pretty disheartening. Instead of having a conversation and understanding their perspective, you are dismissing them and ignoring them. I know it sucks when you work hard on something and someone has criticism, but regardless of intention, you caused harm and are now doubling down on that. I admire your cosplay and photos for a long time, but honestly, this is really disappointing. Sounds pretty respectful to me.
What did J. Cole say? Long live my idols, may they never be my rivals. you feel me? Like, this is the downfall. This is the downfall of somebody that apparently was inspiring a lot of people. And it's unfortunate.
And that was very calmly said to her. It's like, look, I was a fan of yours, and it's disappointing seeing how you're doubling down on this stance. Because also, by the way, there's also been people in the comments that have been saying borderline racist things, and apparently this cosplayer has been liking those comments. But now, let's get to the response that she said to what I just read. She responded to that very eloquently said message, then unfollow me because my next cosplay is about pedo hentai.
Huh? What in the Snow Bunny Warrior? What in the Caucasian Clouders? What in the oh my gosh? What in the mayo mustard? Oh my gosh.
Even if this is your like attempt at a sick joke, that's where you went. Hey, if you don't like the racism undertones, look what else I got up my sleeve.
That's like saying, oh, people are faking being ICE and kidnapping people? Shoot. Wait until you find out the ones that got fake badges. What? Huh? Yeah, this is, I don't know.
If you don't like the way I'm offending you now, wait till you see how I offend you next. That's how that comes off.
No, literally. That's how, well, that's how she gains her left followers. But other than that, the community, this is the point where we try to re-educate. If you can't, we got to push away. And that's one thing we definitely got to learn in this community. When it comes to certain things of this caliber, sit back, because imagine this happening to you Imagine somebody taking your food that you've been waiting for all week. You've been waiting for that hot pastrami sandwich all week, and if somebody doesn't even eat it, they stick their hand in it and mash it and throw it on the floor. Like, come on.
Hey, I really wanted that pastrami sandwich too. What you mean? And this is what I'm talking about. Like, there's a lot of sensitivity that goes on out there in these communities, and until you understand what we go through as POC, you're never. First of all, they can always say, "Well, we see what you go through." No, you can see what we go through, but you don't know what we go through, and unfortunately, you'll never be able to know what we go through because you can't live how we live. Like, so just take it from us when we tell you that there are things out there that traumatizes people, something that reminds everybody of the history that we're trying to get away from. It's one thing to do it, and then it's another thing to stand 10 toes down on it and basically say, screw your history. I don't care. I want to be lore accurate. Cosplay is art. You can make all kind of art in cosplay without having to change your skin tone. I do it all the time, and yes, I get my comments, but I don't care because I am creating my art. You can create your art without offending people. It's not that hard. I know there's a lot of people that like to be lore accurate, but there are some things you're just not going to be lore accurate on. There are going to be things that are going to be outside of your control. Look at me. If I want to be lore accurate to somebody who's 7 feet tall, I can't be accurate to that. I'm not 7 feet tall. I would just have to accept the fact that I would walk around cosplaying that person with some people coming to me going, "You're too short to cosplay them."
Hey, in fact, it be like that.
But that's out of my control. So I'm not going to try to do anything to make that happen. In fact, when I cosplay Meliodas, other than the fact that I do get the Meliodas isn't black, I also get the "you're too tall to be Meliodas." It's like, well, I don't know what you want me to do. You want me to chop my knees off?
Come on, man.
And even if that was an option, I'm not going to do it because this is an art form. I'm not going to try to make myself shorter to cosplay a short person, and vice versa. You don't have to, guys. It is okay. But what's not okay is what this cosplayer has been saying to people or their editor. Because let's get to this editor real quick. Because the editor, the one that is probably Russian, I don't know. That's what he looked like to our Jamaican brother over here. He also entered the chat. And he said, in defense of the Yodorichi photos, now seriously, go to hell with your Black Lives Matter, blackface cancel problems. He did a cosplay of fictional character from Japanese source. Yes, I'm doing the big words loudly. Yodorichi is not related to any race. And if you have some problems with this, please firstly go to Mr. Type office and blame him for such a racist act.
Huh? First off, I don't know who he's talking to. He's not talking to me. He's not talking to me like that. That's really wild. Bleach is the first and the most influential when it comes to depicting black characters and giving them strong leads. They were the first to do it. Like, come on, what are we talking about? The creator himself.
There are more significant black characters in Bleach than there are in any other anime, at least of the time.
Literally. Do you know how far back Bleach goes? The rest of the big three picked up from Bleach.
The 90s.
Come on, man. This loser. You know what? We need to bring back bullying at some point. I ain't gonna front. That's my hot take. Because what is this? Listen, I can't do it with the Mayo Crusaders. I can't do it. I'm gonna crash out. I really want to crash out this fucking.
Yep, there goes Jasirii. Didn't think he was gonna crash out on this bonus episode.
Doing some dumb shit. I don't understand these people. People need help. Seek therapy. Let that sink in. And
Shout
back
out
to
to
you.
Tony Weaver.
Big shout out to Tony Weaver.
No, I mean, it's literally the same thing that black people have been dealing with this stuff for a very long time. Look at the other thing that's been going on recently for anybody who wants to listen to this. We can touch on this real quick because it's also been a past week it was. The One Piece live action revealed their Vivi and people lost their minds.
Can I talk my shit?
Hold on a second. I'm going to put you on the big screen. Go ahead. The floor is yours. Talk your shit.
Now, as a New Yorker, I ain't gonna hold you. What are you talking about? You was talking about the most dumbest thing that you could ever speak of, because you know what? You don't think. Y'all don't know how to think. The only thing y'all think is racist. All right, cool. We don't want nobody Vivi being black. Why you made Vivi black? First off, dumbass, Vivi's not black. She's Middle Eastern. Literally, where do you think? Where is it? In the desert. A princess in the desert, in the Middle East, with tan skin, because the sun's out. Sorry that some people are melanin deficient. That's not our problem. That's their problem. They're gonna be mad. But we're gonna bring it back even further. You know that she was picked by Oda, handpicked by the creator himself? Are you dumb? I need to do the ABCs. Hey, yo, dickhead, why did you even do that? This is the people that need you ain't drink no breast milk or your Wheaties when you was growing up, did you? Because neither one of y'all, because yo, trying at this day and age, at your big age, actually at your little age, at your little mind, trying to make this a crime is crazy. It's really crazy, because look at you now. Look at you looking crazy. Look in the camera. Look at you looking crazy right now. Dickhead. Back to you, Drell.
The fact that she is an Indian woman, but black people are catching strays. Black people can't win for anything.
Unless the Olympics.
Here's something I think you guys need to realize. Number one, there are no white people in the Middle East. I'm going to say that one again. There are no white people in the Middle East. You know where else there's no white people? In the One Piece universe. You're going to have to get over it. You're going to have to get over it.
Yeah, there's no island in America. And to take a famous quote, I want to piggyback off of you real quick. To take a famous quote from one of the best, if not the best villain, Don Cajito, Doflamingo. Kids that have never seen peace and kids who have never seen war will have different values. And that couldn't speak bigger values today. Bigger values today. Because come on, man.
Bottom line, if the creator themselves have their hand in something, then that means it's their project. Shut up and let the creator create. Y'all love Oda. Y'all have known since day one that there are no white people in the One Piece universe. Y'all have known this. They don't speak English. Their native language has always been Japanese. We all know that Luffy is like Brazilian, I believe, or from somewhere over there. So, even though they have a bunch of different shades and colors in the One Piece universe, you tell me the person in the One Piece universe that has a white name.
Come on now. And even if so, we can even dig back into history, that facts that Oda had. Italians aren't American. Scottish aren't American. Africans aren't American. But, you know.
And that's just another example, because everybody comes through. But when we say these things and we want to try to educate these people on these choices or what's right or what's wrong, now they have that thing they like to call us now. What is it? Woke?
Bro, All right, can I have a quick education? Can I have another education?
Go right ahead. This is a bonus
At,
episode. Go right ahead.
as a member of Phi Beta Theta Fraternity Incorporated, the word woke came from a terminology from the past where people were underfunded and undereducated, so that way they had to wake up and see the reality that they were in. And kind of like what Madara said in Naruto, you have to wake up to reality and notice what's going on. So now, wake up, everybody. This is going on. Genocide going on. Murder going on. Like, so what do? You smarten up. You join a program, and also with that term woke, there was a lot of CIA government projects going on. Tuskegee project that was going on. So you had to be awake for that, and you don't know what that is. So let me go even further. Long story short, that project was full-blown syphilis being shot up into, black males as test subjects, unknowingly, unwillingly, unlawfully. An apology didn't even come out until what? Almost 40 years later? Which is realistically almost 20 years ago? Yeah. So now when it comes up to this, is really sad. And people do not know this history because this history is buried because the winners make the story and then they hide the truth. So you have to wake up and find the truth. So that's the end of that story. I'm glad that you were here for that moment.
And just on top of that, there is a reason that they like to cram Black History into 1 month so they don't have to talk about us as much. And some of us that are older than some of you people now, y'all don't understand how some of the history that y'all know now about the Black people that have done amazing things. When I was growing up, I didn't know about most of them because they didn't teach it to us. They're only now getting to the part where they're slowly trying to let everybody know, which is why I do love the era now of like the internet and social media, because now it's hard for these systems to keep this information away from you. So that is one thing the internet does benefit from. Just, stay away from AI because that stuff will have you fooled.
That's a fact. Them deepfakes are crazy. Them deepfakes go crazy.
Speaking of deepfakes, we have this creator who claims that he doesn't deepfake any of these pictures that he does when he is changing skin tones. But I read what he said as far as, no, you know what? I got to go back one more time. What was that thing he said? Black Lives Matter, Blackface cancel problems. We need to go to hell with those.
That should be posted right in the front of the video. Clickbait. That's not even clickbait. Raging. It's only it's not bait. It's facts.
At this point, it's actually a reality. So I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, yes. So y'all see again right here on the screen. This is exactly what this person said. Now, what is the end result of a lot of this? So obviously, this creator, she got reported a lot. And as we stand today, you can't find her Instagram pages. They are MIA. For somebody who was standing on business, her Instagram pages are MIA. Her Twitter page is privated. It doesn't seem like standing on business to me.
It's too much heat in the kitchen. And you know what? The melanin wasn't defending her, so hey, I guess fair game.
Meanwhile, now this editor is standing on business because not only is he standing 10 toes down, he reposted the Yoruichi pictures today as if we're recording this. And is letting everybody know that they will be going on sale soon. And, you might be able to find his page somewhere. It's not like I got his Instagram page posted up on the screen right now or anything. But I just figured you guys needed to know what we're dealing with. And not just what we're dealing with here, but what we, as a community, as a Black community, always have to deal with. And it does sometimes seem like that it's one step forward, 2 steps back with some of these people. And I appreciate all of the non-black people that are on our side because I saw a lot of them in there with the comments, and I appreciate it. I know Jasirii appreciates it. The community appreciates it because if we can stick together, you will never know what we can accomplish out here.
That's a fact. That's 1,000% a fact. Like, this is the moment where I think a lot of people are learning about the dysphoria and how, like, this separation isn't really, it really shouldn't be a thing for us. It's more of the coming together, especially for us, and then the outside communities coming through to help too, is what the world is supposed to be about. You know what I mean? Shoot, we watch anime.
Yes.
We're freaking nerds. Like, half of the time we're watching people suffer in order to figure out a corrupt system to work together and come together as people. But, you know.
And while we're at it, because this is a bonus episode and I can slide in anything I want, I am the host and creator of this podcast. I can do that. While we're on the subject, I get sick and tired of everybody saying every time something has been remade or re-released or redone that they add people in of different colors, different orientations, and they're always like, why are you woke people coming in and adding all these black people or gay people and stuff to our stories? You need to leave the stories as is. Here's a newsflash. Back when these stories were originally created, they were created during a time where we were not allowed to be in these stories.
Hello. And you know what? That whole, it wasn't that long ago. It was mad long ago. This is close to my great grandmother's generation of her suffering. Like, is it crazy to say that? Is it crazy to say that?
Look,
like 400 years is not that long ago. It's really not.
And if we were going to be in one of these stories from back then, we were not portrayed very well.
Big fat old lips and watermelon. Crazy.
Crazy how they talk. Gone with the Wind is still considered a classic.
Yo,
if you've never seen Gone with the Wind, ask about the black people in it. And with that one, I think that's enough of a history lesson that they need to get with us. So, Jasirii, is there anything you want to say before we go ahead and close this special edition of the Podcast is Real?
Man, listen. We outside. Anime NYC is right around the corner. We got the One Piece cards. We about to start opening. The podcast is real.
You heard that?
And so are we. Come on.
Absolutely. But you know what? That is exactly what we'll go ahead and end it. So catch us next time. We will be on our regular schedule live when we come back from Anime NYC. So literally the Thursday after we get back from Anime NYC, we will do what we normally do. That will be our live Anime NYC recap episode. The three of us are going to come through. You want to come through and chill with us. We'll tell you all about our experience. We want you to come through and share your experiences as well, because it's going to be a lot of fun, and everything we have coming down the pipe will be a lot of fun. So again, for my Jamaican brother from another mother, the King of New York, Jasirii, I am King Drell. And you guys just remember, unfortunately, the world may still be racist, but the podcast is real. And we'll see you guys next time. Salute!